the syllabus we're going to cover, what are the topics we're going to cover, what are the things you're going to learn, and how to install Laravel and run it on your computer. Okay, so let's begin then. The first thing you're going to learn is the installation and running of Laravel onto the local host as well as Valet. Valet is actually just like your local server, like your MAMP and XAMPP, but you know, Laravel always recommends Valet. It makes things a lot smoother and faster, and you're going to see all the benefits that we'll talk about later. Second thing you're going to learn is what are models, views, and controllers, and how to create them. Laravel makes it really easy for us to create them by using the artisan CLI, command line interface. We just run one command and it'll be created for you. The different functions that you can create, all of that, but by just typing one command. So there's so much of stuff that you can do by this CLI, this artisan CLI. Okay, you'll learn that. It's pretty exciting. Then you have passing the data to views and redirects. You have Blade templates. That's a template engine provided by Laravel. Okay, and then you have Tinker, which is a CLI used to interact with the database. Okay, and besides this, you're going to learn how to create authentications like login, sign up, registration form, how to reset passwords, redirects. Create your own custom login registration. You will also learn CRUD functionality, which is create, read, update, and delete with database using Eloquent. You will know how to use forms, how to validate data before feeding into the database. You'll also learn how to create filters. So once you have big data and you want to filter them based on the date when they are created, or based on the categories or subcategories, or the city or location, you can use that using filters. Please ignore the last bit. I'll share that in the next part. Okay, and then including your styles and scripts in your project. Okay, so how to include style sheets, how to include JavaScripts, jQuery, external style sheets, external JavaScript files. So you'll learn all of that. And also one of the most powerful tool provided is the SAS. So you'll learn how to use SAS in your project, how to auto run them, so you don't have to worry about it. It's basically a compiler of the CSS. Okay, and then sending emails using Laravel built-in email templates as well. So you can create your own custom emails or use Laravel built-in templates as well. And then you'll also learn how to use session to store messages, how to display them in case if a user has not filled some information on the form, and if you want to show that an error message, or if you want to show a success message that his data has been saved to the database. All of that you can use using storing the information in the session variable and then displaying that onto the front end. You'll also learn one of the most important things is uploading single and multiple images, CRUD functionality with that, so how to feed them into the database, how to display them, how to delete the images into the database, so all of that. You'll also learn one of the exciting thing, which is CRUD functionality with the REST API using Ajax. So if you want to get the data from REST API, and if you want to create it, read it, update or delete, you can do all of that as well. So there's a lot of stuff coming in for you guys. I'm very confident that once you complete this series, you will be able to build projects on your own. Okay, so stick with me. So let's begin with the installation bit. So you need to install Laravel on localhost. The first thing we're going to do is basically install Composer first. So in case if you haven't already installed Composer, you can just go to Composer, install. You can go onto this site and it has got all the information how to install Composer on Mac and on Windows as well. So make sure you've got the Composer installed on your site, on your computer. Once you've installed Composer, guys, the next thing you need to do is basically install the Laravel installer. So you're going to run this command. All of this information is available on the Laravel site as well, so you can take it from there or just follow along with me. So you'll go on to the root directory of your computer and just do composer global require Laravel installer. So what this is going to do is it's going to install the Laravel installer globally onto your computer inside of the .composer hidden directory. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video while it installs it. So I already had it installed, so just updated that. As you can see, it's been done. The next thing you can do is basically you need to set a path to this particular Laravel that's been installed. Okay, so for that you need to go on to the export.sh or wherever you have stored the aliases for the path. That's where you need to go. So for me, it's inside of the bash directory. For your computer it might be different. So I'm inside of my bash directory and I have exports.sh where I've got the path that's been defined. So if you go on to the Laravel site, it says that make sure to place the composer's system-wide vendor bin directory in your path to the so that the Laravel executable can be located to your system. So this means that when you run Laravel command, the system should know where is the Laravel installed. As I've already explained to you, it's installed inside of the .composer, which is the hidden directory. Okay, so that's why the path needs to be mentioned over here. So I'll do nano exports.sh and you can see this is where my path is defined, and all I have to do is just add this alias. I've already done that, you just need to add it. So alias Laravel is equal to, and you need to define the path where the Laravel is installed. So you can see this. Okay, so once you've gone ahead and added this line of code inside the bash file, then you just need to save it and exit. Okay, I also want to show you where is this Laravel installed inside of the computer. So if I go back to my root directory, if I go on to .composer, do ls cd vendor ls, and then you can see over here it's Laravel is right here. So we'll do cd Laravel and do ls, and you can see that this installer is here. So basically this is the directory where it's installed, and all you have to do is just pass this path and let your computer know that this way it needs to look for Laravel when you run Laravel command. Okay, great. Coming back, so next thing you need to do is you've already got the alias been set over here, and then you need to create a new project. Okay, so Laravel is installed. If I had to just go back to the root directory, just clear this off, and I just run Laravel command, you can see that it says Laravel installer 2.0, so my Laravel is already installed. All you have to do is create a project. So in order for you to create a project in Laravel, all you have to do is run this command. Basically, so first you need to go into htdocs. Okay, so my htdocs is applications mamp htdocs. So once you go in there, I need to create a new project. So the syntax for that is Laravel new and then the project name. So let's say I want to give my project name as new Laravel. Okay, so it's gonna go ahead and create a new project, and all the files are related to it. So if I go on to my htdocs, you can see that this is the one that's been installed over here, and I've got all the different files that are related and required for my project already been installed. Okay, so you can see this is happening right now. I'm going to pause the video while it's done. Okay, while it's installing it, I'm just going to open up this project. So I'm going to open up the PHP Storm, click on open, and then go on to htdocs, and this is my project new Laravel. It's been already created inside of the htdocs using the Laravel new command. Okay, it's just opening up. So you can see that this is the project, and it's got all of the files. Okay, so it's almost done, and basically this is how it's installed. In the next video, guys, we're going to learn, in fact, just before we end this, I just want to show you how this works, how to actually run it on your computer. So it's taking a bit of time. I'll just pause the video. Okay, great. So you can see that it's been installed now. Now, since this is how it's installed, now we need to learn how to go ahead and render this onto our computer. So how do we do that? So it's a very simple command. First, we need to go inside of this project. So the project name is, first let me clear this off. Okay, so cd, and my project name was new Laravel. Okay, and then you just need to run this command, which is php artisan serve, and that would actually allow us to view this Laravel project onto this particular address. Okay, so what this has done is this has gone ahead and started the server at this particular address and made a project available at this particular address. If I do this, you can see that Laravel project has been installed, and this is the file that we can see, Laravel documentation, all of that stuff. So this is our project. Okay, guys, in the next video we're going to learn how to go ahead and install it using Valet, which is recommended by Laravel. Okay, see you then.